What's going on YouTube? It's Retro Bit Panda here with another pickless video. The weekend started off pretty slow, but it ended up being a pretty good weekend. Towards the end, I picked up a lot of things. Not the best of quality, but there's still some really good games and systems. So starting off with Friday, my girlfriend was looking at this garage sale, and they had a copy of Test Drive 6, which is a pretty fun racing game. I think it's Game Boy Color because it's the black Game Boy cartridge. So I think she got this for like $1 or a quarter, I think. And she got me a copy of Grand Theft Auto Vice City on the PS2. I did not have this one, so now I have 3 Vice City and then San Andreas. So that was cool. This one was $1. So for $1.25, she got 2 pretty cool games. Moving on to Saturday. At the flea market, it was really dry. I mean, incredibly dry. And not only just the video game aspect of it, just like nothing seemed interesting. People were boring. It was just terrible. And one vendor actually made me just fucking leave right away because I went up to his stand and I seen a box full of video games. I'm like, oh cool, finally some video games. And inside he had looked like to be a Model 2 Sega Genesis, PlayStation 1, and various games for both systems. So as I'm looking through the box, he's like, oh, don't even bother, I'm selling the whole thing for $60. And I'm like, well, can I like at least see what I'm gonna get before I buy it? And he's like, oh, well, you can do that when you get home after you bought it. So I'm like, I literally had it in my hands and I had it like, I don't know, maybe like a foot off of the table, and I just chucked it onto the table. It wasn't the most like mature thing to do, but I was just mad at the time, and there was nothing I didn't find anything there. So as I came home, I went to various garage sales, and they were just horrendous. I'd ask, and people were trying to sell me their Leapfrog systems, and I wasn't really interested in those. So I went to this local church kind of flea market thing, and again I didn't find anything besides like a few sports titles on the Sega Dreamcast. So I mean, I had just like a terrible Saturday morning, and as I got breakfast and I went to my house, my girlfriend texted me telling me that she had gone to the same church flea market, flea market yard sale. I don't know what they call it, but apparently this guy had multiple N64s. So she picked this one up right here, this model, with just the standard jumper pack, an AV cord, and the AC adapter for $9. It's not a bad deal at all. This is gonna be her system, and she told me that there was another N64 with an expansion. So I rushed over because I literally live 5 minutes away, and I ended up picking up the expansion. It does not have a cover up top, but it does work. And I tried Donkey Kong 64, I tried Majora's Mask and Perfect Dark, and they've all responded with making sure that this worked. It's a little dirty. It was way dirtier than it was. It's way cleaner than it was yesterday, but he wanted 10 for this one. I brought him down. I tried to bring him down to 7, and he said, you know what, just give me 8. So for $17, we ended up getting these 2 really good systems. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the one that I picked up. I was thinking of giving the expansion pack to my girlfriend so that she could play like Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that. But I don't know, I might keep this one as a replacement, or just in case mine messes up, because both of them work flawlessly. So moving on to today, again, it seemed like it was going to be really dry, and I'm like, wow, it's going to be a shitty week for pickups. I didn't even think I was going to have a video up, but luckily I found these 2 games to break the ice, and the first one being Crazy Taxi on the PS2. It's a little sun faded, but the game in there looks pretty good, and it's complete with the manual. and literally like 5 minutes later I picked up a copy of The Warriors for the Xbox. I remember playing this game way back in the day, and it was really, really fun, so it'll be cool to play this again. I think both of them. I think Crazy Taxi was 2 and The Warriors was 3, so it was $5 for the pair. Not bad. Moving on to these 3 PS1 games that I got. Now the guy that sells these games, he's pretty funny because he claims that GameStop still sells PlayStation 1 games and models. And I mean, I'm like, GameStop, the GameStop, you know, the nationwide store, and he was saying, yeah, I mean, that they still sell Crash Team Racing for $40 there. So I think it's pretty funny how he knows everything. Like, he tries to act like he knows everything about games. And while I was at another stand today, he came up to the vendor and he's like, can you believe it? This guy bought Zelda: Link to the Past for $10. And the guy's like, what's the matter? That's a great price. And he's like, is it really? It's like, really, dude? You're gonna act like you know all about games and you don't even know how much Link to the Past regularly goes for. Anyways, besides that, this game had been sitting at his stand for weeks now, and I don't know why, but I love the Rampage series on Nintendo, like the SNES version and the N64. So this one was just calling my name, and every single weekend it's been there. So I finally decided to pick it up. I think he quoted me on that one with like $3. I picked up Space Invaders for the PS1 as well, and that one was $3. And I picked up a copy of Rayman. I haven't played this game in the longest time, so it'll be nice to play this again. I don't even remember these graphics. I remember playing the game, but I don't remember the graphics. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. It looks really fun though. So $9 total on those, and then at another stand, I mistakenly called the lady a man because, I mean, she was looking the other way and she kind of looked like a man. So I'm like, how much do you want for this one, man? And she turned around and in a feminine voice said $2, and I felt like an asshole. But I put it back down and I was walking away, and she's like, I'll give it to you for $1. So for $1, I picked up Asteroids to accompany the Space Invaders. And the next stop, there's one other vendor, video game seller. He was trying to get rid of his whole business, and he was trying to sell all the games he was selling at the flea market for $4,000. None of it, I mean, the conditions of the discs and all that stuff that he had, I probably would have paid, I don't know, maybe $500 for it. But nonetheless, I picked up, because I guess he's liquidating his stuff now, so I picked up a copy of Megaman 8 Anniversary Collector's Edition with no manual. I love the Mega Man games. I don't have one on the PS1. I just got the Mega Man collection at the thrift store the other day, but it's cool to have one for the actual PlayStation. And at that, sorry about that. At the same stop, my girlfriend picked up a copy of Crash Bash, and this is just about 100% sealed. It has some nicks along the spine and the bottom and stuff like that, but other than that, this game has never been opened. So she's gonna keep this as her only like unopened Crash game so far, at least. And I'm thinking this was like Sony's response to Mario Party. I'm not sure because it says something about like mini games and stuff like that. I haven't played this game, so I mean, someone might correct me or something. But for $4, you got a sealed game. And at one stop, this guy didn't pull it out right away, but after we did our second lap, I ended up getting a slim PlayStation 2. It was really dirty up top before. It's still a little dirty, but I mean, it was way dirtier than this. And it came with just the AC adapter and a controller that doesn't work. But when I got home, I opened it to see that there was a Simpsons Hit and Run game in there. However, I mean, it's a little too scratched up to work. Maybe I'll clean it up and see if it'll work. I think I had this game. If I don't have this one, it's probably Road Rage. But I asked him how much he wanted, and he said 15. So I said, he said 15. But if I wanted to take it right then and there, that he let it go for 10. So I mean, I didn't even know if it worked or not, but I just took a chance on it at 10 because, I mean, I know of a place in California that buys these PS2 systems. I'm not sure what they quote on, I mean, slim models, but I know for fats they pay like $35 to $40. So if it wasn't gonna work, then I was just gonna send it out their way. But it works fine. I didn't have a PS2 actually. The system I used to check all the games was my girlfriend's PS2, but now I have one of my own, and it's the one I wanted. I wanted the slim one because it takes up less space and it's really light, and it just looks pretty cool. So for $10, I got that. As my phone tries to focus like crazy. I forgot to mention that at the same stand where we got Crash Bash and the Megaman, my girlfriend picked up a copy of Super Mario Bros. 3. She had this game, but I'm guessing she lost it, or just something happened to it and she couldn't find it, and she really wanted to play it again. So she brought the guy wanted 15 for it, and she brought him down to 10. So for $10, she got one of her favorite games from her when she was younger. So that was pretty cool. As for me, at another stand, I picked up a copy of Star Fox on the Super Nintendo. It's in decent shape. It has some dirt, but I mean, just about every other vendor wanted like around $25 for this game, which is not really going for that much. It's going for around 15 on eBay. But I picked it up for 10. Wasn't the best deal, but I mean, I'm expecting a SNES Mini in the mail soon, so it'll be fun to play this game as soon as it gets here. Oh yeah. My girlfriend also ended up picking out this really cool Star Wars lunchbox. I think she paid $2 for it. And the cool thing about this is that let's see if I can open it. Yeah, it has two little cutters. You can cut your sandwiches into the shape of a TIE Fighter or a Millennium Falcon. So that's pretty cool. She paid $2 for that. It's a cool little find. And afterwards, as we were coming back to town, we decided to go to the Goodwill since it opened at 10. It was like $9.50. And their DVDs were half priced, so I picked up a copy of SSX Tricky on the PS2 for, I think it was like $1.75. So that was pretty cool. I remember playing this game a lot, or the demo at least, at like Target and stuff like that. And finally, I picked up I think it's like the first issue of Dark Knight Strikes Again. It's Frank Miller. Really good comic series. If you haven't read this one, like The Dark Knight Returns, I suggest you watch the animated movie if you're not into reading the comics. But basically, Batman after retire. Well, this is the second part, but the first part is after Batman retires, he comes back to fight crime once again, and ends up having an epic showdown with Superman. So I picked this up for like $1.49 or whatever. So that was a pretty good find. And I love Batman, so for $1.49, I wasn't gonna pass it up. So yeah, like I said, it was pretty slow this weekend. But again, Sunday kind of saved it all, and it ended up being instead of a sunny Sunday, it was a SONY Sunday. It's a pretty bad pun, play on words, but I got all those pretty good PlayStation games. I got PS2 games. An Xbox 2 and 64s. My girlfriend got the lunch pail. I got the PS2, Star Fox. So this weekend ended up being a good one after all. And so tomorrow I'm gonna hit up that guy where I got the Sega Master System complete unbox. See if we got any new video games. Hopefully he has some GameCube titles. That I really want some more GameCube titles to bulk up my collection. So yeah, if I find anything, again, I'll put up another thrifting video. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I just want to thank you so much for taking your time to watch it. If you watch the whole thing, that's awesome. And if you just want to watch little clips, I'm not even mad. But thank you so much, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to upload another video in a few days or so. Try to keep the channel active and stuff like that. So thanks, guys.